I've no doubt that there are some people out there who think I should be embarrassed about having to flee from baccarat to blackjack again after such a short space of time. But frankly, I'm not, because as I see it, it just helps to prove my point that you have to keep on the move. You have to go looking for a place to, where you are able to place the next bet that's required of you if you are sticking with the pattern betting strategy, and if you have it fully backed with the resources that you need to take on these negative expectation games. This was a particularly frustrating one because even when I got to the 100,000 max at blackjack, but I still wasn't ahead. Because of a couple of lost, obviously because of a couple of lost nasties. I mean, what did I have? I had a wash, a loss, a double down loss, win, natural, 3 losses in a row, and then 2 wins followed by a winning double. And the winning double, of course, was at 100K. And that took me into a profit, which for all the sessions combined was close to 110,000. But it's funny money. And it's, just simply me trying to get the word out that if you tackle these games without proper weaponry, without the right resources, without a big enough gun, if you like, I mean, just as I've said so many times, just look across the table at the amount of money that the dealer has to beat the crap out of you, if necessary. And, if you don't at least make an effort to come somewhere towards the money that the casino has pointed at you in a threatening way, then you probably deserve to lose. But that might be a bit harsh. I don't know. But anyway, this was almost nasty, ended up well. What can I tell you?
I think that's my first.
All right. So Friday's nasty red session was very successfully grabbed back from or via blackjack. Excuse me, all on record, all on the screen recorder. Sorry, I'm struggling today. But the main thing is, oops, what the hell's going on here? The main thing is we got the money back. We won 80,000 at blackjack, turning everything around, which is the whole point, of course, of the lesson that I'm constantly trying to get over to you, which is, if you're for any reason stressed or uncomfortable or threatened or whatever, walk away, but make sure you take your down, which is the extent that you're in the hole, and your out, which is the value of your next bet. Take those numbers with you to wherever you go. And obviously in this particular set of circumstances, we had hit the table limit, 50,000 at baccarat. So we had to go to blackjack, where the table limit is double that, 100,000. And even at blackjack, we got into a tight situation because on one occasion, not able to make a double down that was necessary. On a couple of other occasions, had to start a new shoe because there wasn't enough left in the kitty to be able to place the next bet. And this is an important point about the Wizard of Odds blackjack sim, and that is that you can't buy in with more after the initial buy-in, and the initial buy-in maximum is 100,000. So if you look at a screenshot that I put in front of you that shows me ahead 455,000, that means that I had to win 355,000 to get the chip stack to that point. And that's important, that actually does matter. Am I missing a line here, or is this my imagination? No, I'm not. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we had this nasty bit of experience here, which was offset by a nice fat win at blackjack. And there was an interesting problem arose there, actually, in that my assumption always is that once you hit a high limit bet, when turnaround comes, you're not going to reduce that high limit bet. you're going to bet the max again. But I didn't do that simply because I know I'm going to get flack from the trolls, the idiots, the shills, the touts, the casino representatives, workers, employees, whatever the hell they are, sort of saying, so I try to play it a little bit safe. And it's not that I'm getting a lot of attacks these days. I'm getting just enough to keep me on my toes. And I'm happy to have them. That's why at the end of every video, I put my email address in so that people can contact me directly rather than putting sort of comments on YouTube, which are mostly unseen. They're often even unseen by me because unless I get a ping about a comment or notice a ping about a comment, then I'm not going to bother with it. I won't chase after them afterwards. Anyway, let's go to a new day, new session. And please remember, I have no control whatsoever over this sim. I don't get to choose what the next shoe is going to be. And quite often, I dislike it enough to run away from it pretty damn fast. But there's always somebody out there who will come out with some BS. And I have no idea what their agenda is. I just don't get it. Anyway, double for the loss. And the other thing that keeps on amazing me is people asking me, what exactly is your strategy? And when do you decide to go to hop from banker to player or whatever? It's all here. Every one of these damn demos, it's all explained. But no, questions still keep coming. So I suppose it's kind of like, I do sympathize because when I first started with this sim, for instance, I'm looking at it and thinking, what the? What's this about sessions? What's this about? How do I live it? And then it took me, I don't know, a day or two to figure it out. But I did get there, and I did make the effort. That's the most important thing, I think. Make the effort, damn it. He said respectfully. That's 2-3, I think. And that's out of trouble, I think. All right, back to the min. Double for the loss. Repeat. Back to the min. Double for the loss. Repeat. Back to the min. Oh, here we go. Getting a little burst going here. Oops. That was over very quickly, wasn't it? 1-2. 3-4. Aha! 7-8. Hello, player. There it is. Back to the min. Repeat. Double for the loss. 2-3. Oh, I love it. In the groove. Well, maybe not. 1-2. $51. Repeat. 1-2. Minimum. Oh, 1-2. Try again. 3-4. Thank you, player. Good chap. Double for the loss. Repeat. minimum. +1. 51. Repeat. Try again. There it is, in the bag. Double for the tie. Repeat. Double for the tie. 3-4. Uh-oh, here we go, 7-8. Oh, that's nice. I love to see that. Excuse me, so sorry. Double for the tie. Back, is that back down to, that's, okay, that's back down to, oops. Back down to plus max. Do it again. Chase it, because we only had one. There it is. Back to the min. +1. Last one. 1, 2. Min. Yeah, we're getting an easy ride on this one. That's a double for the tie. We're not going to do that again. I've forgotten now where I am. Okay, plus max. Do that again. Boy, we're getting a lot of hands in here, aren't we? 1, 2. Let's see if we can do a turnaround here. Okay, so it's going to be 3, 4, but we're not going to get to do that. Look at that. Okay, so we 39 to 30, and we got a roll on 3, 4 on player in hundreds. Now that was a good shoe. That was kind to us. We like those. Although I actually do prefer it when I'm challenged, because that helps to illustrate the effectiveness of the strategy. Okay, so that was a rollover in effect. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there it is. Double for the loss. Repeat. 51. Repeat. 1, 2. Try again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. 7, 8. And it's there. It's double for the tie. +1. 1, 2. minimum. Excuse me. Plus one. 51. Double for the tie. 3, 4. 7, 8 again. Look at that. Just in time. Plus one. The last one. 1, 2. 3, 4. Lovely. Plus one. 51. Double for the tie. Minimum. Double for the loss. Double for the tie. Minimum. We don't repeat if we've just managed to get the double because we're not greedy. It's very important not to be greedy. 1, 2. Excuse me, so sorry. Wish I could train my editor to cut all that stuff out, but not so easy. Was that a double? Okay, minimum. Plus one. Thank goodness I have that cheat thing down there. I really want these guys to create a blackjack sim for me, but I think it costs a lot of money. And that'd be fine, it'd be worth it. But I mean, it would be the best blackjack sim available. I don't think I would want to bother with encouraging multi-hand betting because I think that's a stupid idea. But I suppose it needs to be an option. You know, perhaps have 3 hands in there or something like that and track each one. Okay, so we're at 17-17 right now, and where the hell am I? So it's 2-3 now, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. 5, 6. Ooh, long grass. Okay, 11-6. Hopping over to the banker. The hop comes because we've had 3 or more losses in a row where we are, and the next bet should be 4 figures, but won't be because at this point I suspend it. So the bet stands at 6. It's 11. It should be 11. It's 11-6 instead of 11-12. That's just to get a bit of a breather. That's all it's for. Okay, and now it's going to be 5-7 because we want to claw the commission back. See, commission so far has been 30. All right, so what do? You see, we got 65. So we got the commission back there. With that 100 extra, we covered all our commission. Now we're back to the min on the banker. And I'm more aggressive betting banker with the bets because of commission. Well, we're already at 2-3, so we'll leave that alone. Okay, so 5-5 over here. I guess we'll leave it at that. Back to the min. Double for the loss. Excuse me. 1, 2. Okie dokie. We're plussing right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. 7, 8. And we are actually at the runaway point here. See, it's all over here. So we need a player win here. We did not get it. Okay, so 15, 8, which will be 3, 2 in 500s, and we are running away. All right, 3, 2 in 500s. On player. Always start with player. 5, 4, which is 3, 2 in thousands. Oh dear, 5, 4, 1, 2. Isn't that nice? Okay, so I will play to 20. Or not. I might be driven away again. Double for the tie. Is that 2, 3, I think. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 1, 5, 6. Uh-huh. 11, 6 to banker. And again, we're in the danger zone here. I like it. Icky. 17, 12, which is going to be 4, 3 in 500s. Alexa, stop. Okay, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Oh boy. 7, 8. I think we're going to have to stay with the banker here. Seven, 8 being in 500s, of course. Ouch. Okay, so we're running away again. 7, 8 in... I think I must be wrong about that, mustn't I? Something's wrong here, because we were up to 6,000. So it must be 7, 8. Oh dear, I've fucked up. Hang about, let me do some work here. Yeah, sorry about that. It's 7, 8 in thousands. On player, always start with player. Never ever start with banker. Okay, so the first bet of the next shoe is going to be 7, 8 on player in thousands. Boy, we're getting up there, aren't we? Again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 15, 16. Damn it. I wish they had a bigger chip than 1,000. Okay. 31, 32. We're going to be running to blackjack again, aren't we? Let's call it 31, 35 now. Will be our last bet over here. Doing so well for a while, and then we got our asses kicked. 31, 35. So this is the last bet on baccarat. Okay, 31, 35. So that's 66.35 going over to blackjack. This is the weirdest thing, having to do it twice all at once. 31.35. 66.35. It's providing lots of useful information. Hopefully, you're the best judge of that. But yeah, before we go to blackjack, I'll pull up these shoes so that in the edit I can I can show you what's what. Okay, brief pause while I tidy this up. Okay, let's have a look at these shoes so that I can deal with them when we get to the edit. That one's not so terrible, is it? Yeah, way too much excitement. I mean, 1 minute I'm complaining about the fact that there's not enough, not enough challenge, and then all of a sudden it goes completely nuts. But that's the way it goes. Okay, so 24 to 29. So we were quite a bit behind with this one. Not friendly at all. And next time we're looking at 3 to 10 again. Owie! And then the next one is just a total disaster. I just got to abandoned it because I hit the table limit, or I would. All right, not nice at all. 61,000. Oh my goodness. All right, so up shit creek is where we're at. And pause again while I go and set up the whole blackjack thing. All right, so here we are back at blackjack again. We go 175 shoes without any problems at all. That's in baccarat. And then suddenly, what? The nasties hit us. Okay, so we're at 66.35, 66,000 to 35,000. And we are going into the drop zone, which is the only safe place to be right now. And it applies only to blackjack at the moment. So call that 70. That means the drop must be 15 because it shouldn't be less than a fifth. 66.35. That ain't going to do it. Okay, 66.81.35. Still at 15. Oh, shut up. I forgot to turn that off. Ow. Okay, 81, so we just lost another 30, so that's 111.35. Okay, so we won 15, so that's given us 96.35. Well, that's helpful. That is definitely helpful. 96.35 just paid us 52. So that's going to be 45.50, rounding it up. And this is a turnaround bet. That may not do. No, 45.50. So now we go to the max. Oh, fuck. Pardon me. plus 72,500. Pardon my French. And clear that. So we owe 27,500 here, and I've got to go find a new shoe. Okay, so we're at the max again. I hate this, but I've got no choice. So it's 95,100. Let's just have another natural, all right? Whoa! Ah! Fuck. Okay, 195,100. I've got nothing. I can't do anything but just keep on trying because I'm stuck. I mean, this is unreal because it's put me into the sort of sim zone again where I can't go any higher. So that's 195,100. And bear with me. Okay, 195,100. But remember, this is 2-1. I mean, we're at such a huge amount of money right now that that's how it is. That's not going to work, is it? Okay, now we're at 3-1, and again, I'm stuck. God, it's so frustrating. I mean, it's pretty much of a pointless exercise, this, because I can't do what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so now we're at 2-1 because it won't let me bet anymore. I mean, even though I've got enough over here, it won't let me bet anymore. So we're at 2-1. And now all we need is the 1 to turn around. Got to double down. And there it is. So, I mean, the lesson here is it's always the same. It's simply that if you don't have money in vast amounts behind you, like, for instance, your Steve Will Do It's or your Crazy Cody Burn Moneys or your Dana Whites or whatever, you cannot beat these games. But here we are now. We've made a profit over here of a huge amount because I had that double down. At max. At least it allowed me to do that. So again, it's the proof of the pudding. I mean, we just did it again. But still, I'm going to get people out there sort of saying, well, you just got lucky. I did not just get lucky. I worked bloody hard, is the truth of it. So I don't even remember now exactly where I'm at. I know I'm at, we made an extra 100, didn't we? We made 45, 40, 45, 50, 95, 100. So we made 105,000 in 30 minutes. Less what we lost over at baccarat. So 105,000 here. I'm going to have to play this thing back to be absolutely certain. But yeah, that was tricky. But just bear with me. I mean, just understand the simple logic of this, the simple mathematics. It is really, really easy. The main point being, of course, nothing changes because of the huge size of the bets. Doesn't change a bloody thing except your heart rate and the stress on your pocket. But nothing else. It doesn't change luck. It doesn't change probability. It doesn't change possibilities. Nothing changes except the zeros. Anyway, we're done for a bit and I'll be back. All right. So that was another frustrating experience for me because I hit the table limit at blackjack, as you saw, and in the real world, I would have simply gone in search of. I mean, keeping in mind that I've got sort of like a lot of money behind me, I've gone in search of an opportunity to bet more, to bet Dana White style, whatever was necessary. But I was stuck. But I've got no complaints because we came out 106,000 ahead, and we owe 62,165, or we were 62,165 in the red at baccarat. So that leaves us with a a comfortable, sort of like 44,000, slightly less than 44,000 in about 30 minutes. And I want to say one thing right here, and that is that if I were manipulating, if I were messing around with these sims, if I could somehow control them, then I think I would be more subtle than to have two major threats forcing me to go from baccarat to blackjack in fairly quick succession, as it has been this time. I think I would have I would have been smarter than that, or more subtle than that, I'd like to think. But whatever I do, there's some prat out there who's going to accuse me of being a cheat, a chiz, or a con man, or whatever. And just please keep in mind, I'm not asking for money from anybody here. I'm not asking for support in any way. All I'm trying to do is get across the message that if you don't go into these games with a shitload, to use the technical term, a shitload of money behind you, a monster bankroll well into six figures, then you are screwed, and you are very foolish to try. I've been telling that same tale online since 1996. I ain't going to change my message now, I'm telling you. So that's basically what it's all about. But here we are. We've got 500,000 over here, and that represents a profit of, at blackjack at least, of 106,000. And in this session, we had 6 wins and 6 losses. Okay, and the way it went was, first bet was a wash, minus 66,000. Next one was a 15k loss, minus 81,000. Next one was a 15k lost double down, minus 111,000. Next one, a win, 15k, took us down to a loss of 96. Next one was a bet at 35k, which was a natural, so that paid 52 plus a little bit more. 52, that took us down to 44,000 behind at blackjack. Okay, no, not just at blackjack, at both of them, at both of these games. So yeah, do you know what? I've miscalculated here. I think we're doing better than I thought, because I'm counting the baccarat rollover, and the money that we've got here is bloody good. But anyway, next, so we had the natural at 35k, paid 52, 44, lost the next one at 50, so that was a lost turnaround, minus 94. Next one was a loss of 100k, minus 194, then another 100k, minus 294, then a win at 100k, minus 194, another win at 100k, minus 94, then a double down win at 100k, plus 106. Okay, so both things combined, we've done extremely well, but not without some hard work, and not without some real crap thrown at us yet again. So this is what you have to remember. You have to win more when you win than you lose when you lose, or you will not get out alive. You may get away with it for a little while. Even John Sirasani finds a nut once in a while, and that guy is a serious blind squirrel. But once in a while he gets lucky. He's not a lifetime winner, whatever he claims, just as Dana White is not a lifetime winner at baccarat. At least not unless they prove it, because there's no way it makes any sense the way they bet. If they were smart bettors, if they were betting a wide spread, as I have to do for this method, then I might be inclined to believe them. But they don't. They bet very narrow spreads. Large amounts do not a winner make, I'm telling you. I mean, monster bets do not a winner make. And it's like, this guy, Crazy Cody Burnett, jumping up and down about his $650,000 win the other day at wherever the hell it was, Red Rock or somewhere like that. It's nothing. It was 10 units for him, less than 10 units. So, You have to have perspective. You've got to understand if you play this game or any other casino table game for fun, you're in trouble. You are, like I sometimes say, that word that begins with F and ends with D, frustrated. But, there's just people out there who argue with me all the time, and they're entitled to do that, even though they're wrong. Right, so here's the latest four shoes, which are an absolute disaster for baccarat. And I'm kind of caught between a rock and a hard place here, because I hate to see baccarat getting beaten up, or see us getting beaten up at baccarat. But on the other hand, I'm very happy to see that fleeing to blackjack in order to take advantage of the fact that the table max at blackjack is double the 50,000 at baccarat is paying off really well. And there are frustrations involved in that, of course, but it proves what I've been trying to say for all this time, that if you've got money behind you, and if you've got a smart betting strategy, and if you believe in that strategy and stick with it, just bet consistently, bet with a business-like attitude rather than acting like a prat, having fun and getting a few drinks necked and staying up too late and playing when you're half asleep or stupid or whatever. If you do that instead of being like one of these YouTube losers, then you've got a chance. And let's go down to the final numbers, which are down here. And I need to go across to the latest blackjack thing. Here we got to 500,000. Here it was 455,000. Here the win was 80,000, and we won 6 and lost 7. Here the final win was 172,500, and we won 5 and lost 5. And thing that I have to stress from time to time is that anybody who takes the time and is honest enough to give the wizard blackjack sim a fair crack will know from their own personal experience that you cannot buy in for more than 100,000, and you cannot add to your chip stack in any way other than by winning the money. So here, okay, we would have had a buy-in of 100,000. So this is a win of 355,000, but we had a couple of 355,000, and we had a couple of losers, gagged shoes, before that. So that brought us down to from 355,000 ahead to 80,000 up. Okay, and here, somewhat different story. 500,000, which is a 400,000 win, and don't get sort of like think that I'm trying to snow you here, because it's not that great, because we were betting the max at this point. So the 400,000 win is only 4 units. We're just 4 units ahead, but it's what we needed to get us out of trouble, because we had this bunch of shit here, 65,200 that we lost at baccarat. And we got back 172,500 at blackjack. And, that's what I've been preaching all this time. When you're playing baccarat, if you're well within the table limits, just dump the shoe to gag. Just go from one shoe to the next. Once you get to the point where you can't make the next bet at baccarat, wherever it might be, because you can't find a baccarat table with a limit higher than 50,000, then go somewhere else and find a game where you can bet Dana White style or whoever in the 100,000 plus range. That's what it's about. And all I'm doing with all of these demos, all of these lectures, all of this twittering, fighting around, is to simply say to you, if you can't muster the firepower that you need to get close, at least, in the right direction, at least, towards the firepower that's looking at you from the other side of the table in the dealer's tray, don't waste your money. You will lose it, just like the pro losers on YouTube. They're in great shape because they get their money back from Google. So yeah, whole different story for them. They are basically all con men. They're pulling the wool over your eyes, or trying to. And I think from reading the comments in these, underneath the posts that these professional losers put up, I would say that the majority of people are actually stupid enough to believe this crap. But anyway, what did we do this time? 4 shoes, total bloody disaster. Not that high a house edge, as it happens, 4%. And just by bad luck, I would hate to say bad play, but anyway, bad luck, we boosted that from 4% to 62%. Not a great day. And it's the second time in quick succession that I've had to flee to to blackjack from baccarat. And, when I first started doing this worksheet, dealing with baccarat shoes in a more transparent manner, I hoped. I mean, I've always been transparent in my own mind, but I've tried to make it a little bit easier to understand looking at it, So you've got each shoe carefully shown here, going all the way up. We're at line 2552 right now, going all the way to the top. And these are the ones where I sort of got a little clever and started sort of green lining and red lining them so you could see the difference. And I forgot to red line the last one, which was a loser, and probably the one before that. But you can get the picture of this worksheet is bloody accurate, very carefully done, and not just for your benefit, for mine too. And by the way, when I say we did this and we did that, I'm including you folks out there in the we, as well as me and Algie, the algorithm, because I'd like you to think of this as being a joint effort. It is, it's frustrating, bloody hard work sometimes. Most of the time, to be honest, it's a piece of piss. But once in a blue moon, you really have to work to make your money, as you can see. And let's now go to the top. And we're looking at now a win-loss situation down to 8.3% in baccarat only. We are 635 average bets ahead. The average win is 562. Average loss 454. That's 124%, which is a little bit below what I like to hope for. I can't control it, but I like to see 125%, and we're falling a bit below that. But that's how it goes, I mean, there's no choice on my part there. But we've got 106 negative AVs, actual values, and you get the actual value by taking the number of wins, deducting the number of losses, and taking that usually negative number and multiplying it by the total number of bets, including ties. And you come up with an AV actual value, which is minus 2.1%. And we should have lost 72,500. And instead, we've won 293,000 plus 250-something thousand down here at blackjack. And, you can see the totals here, 80,000 and 172,500. And we had 6 wins, 7 losses, 5 wins, 5 losses. So we're not being tremendously well treated by blackjack in terms of wins and losses, but by golly, in terms of actual end results, turnaround, profits, we're doing all right. Thank you very much. So let's go back down to the bottom, and there you have it. Next time.